Yo, what is going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we'll be going over my Penta Max Katakuri showcase, going over the unit, we're going to go over the details of the unit, how he works, and we're going to do a couple different runs showing him as a captain and a sub. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So let's go over Katakuri as a unit. Katakuri is going to be a shooter and cerebral unit that's going to max out at, 3,800 attack with 1,640 HP and 250 recovery. And you can see at max limit breaks, max candies, he's going to max out at 2,090 attack with 4,640 HP, putting him with ridiculously high stats. And he's going to special max originally at 11 turns. And with max limit break, you get another cooldown socket, bringing him down to 10 turns. A very, very cool unit overall. His captain ability is really what he is awesome for, and this is actually a kind of complicated captain ability, so stay with me here. He's going to boost the attack of fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, powerhouse units by 1.825, but if you have both of those classes, or two of those classes, you're actually going to boost by 3.33 instead. So that's basically going, if you have a fighter, striker, fighter, shooter, fighter, cerebral, fighter powerhouse, striker shooter, striker cerebral, striker powerhouse, shooter cerebral, shooter powerhouse, or cerebral powerhouse unit, you are going to have a 3.33 times boost. Unfortunately, this is actually a very small pool of units, and a lot of these are rare recruits, and that makes this unit a very rare recruit heavy legend. There's a lot of legendary units you can use with this character. There's a lot of rare recruits you can use, but there's not a ton of free-to-play units. There are some, however, there's not a ton. So definitely a very pay-to-win legend. So if you are considering re-rolling for Katakuri, my suggestion is probably not the best legend to re-roll for because he is extremely pay-to-win heavy, but he's an extremely cool unit, so hopefully you like him. Now, he also has a chance to delay enemies based on how much damage you deal in the previous, in that same turn. So in that turn, if you do 100,000 damage to an enemy, you have a 20% chance to delay. 500,000 damage to an enemy, you have a 50% chance to delay. And 1 million damage, it's a 100% chance of delay. If you do 2 million damage to the room, it's a 100% chance of delay, and it will ignore damage, delay, buff, protection. Now, running this unit a couple different times, the 2 million is actually really hard to hit without a special, and it's a little tricky overall. So definitely a little bit trickier than I thought when I was running this unit. His special ability is going to be boost the attack against delayed enemies by 1.75 for fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, powerhouse characters for 2 turns, and then it's going to change strength, quick, dex, psi, and int orbs as well as block orbs into matching. So his orb manipulate is extremely good. His delayed attack boost is pretty good, darn good. And then he's also going to lower the cooldowns of shooter, cerebral, powerhouse, fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, powerhouse characters by 1 turn as well. So you get a cooldown reduction, you get full board matching, and you get a character that also gives you attack against delayed enemies. Now his captain ability also makes quick, psi, recovery, and tandem beneficial, so you don't even have to worry if you have recovery or tandem orbs in the first place, and then quick and psi will always be beneficial for your team. Now what's really nice about this unit is that you can run the new legend Nami as a sub here, who makes dex beneficial for all, so that's 5 out of 7 matching already with this legend. So that is a very, very strong unit to have. The only ones that are going to be tough to get on matching for this character are going to be strength orbs as well as int orbs, and I don't believe there's a character that does int orbs matching for everybody yet, or a character that does strength orbs matching for everybody yet, but if we do get that character, that would be bitchin'. Does have a sailor ability that's not listed in the database, and the sailor ability is basically if he does damage to quick, he doesn't get reduced damage. This is, I believe, a limit break sailor ability. So if he does attack a character that is on that is a quick unit, he's not going to have reduced damage. So there's no type disadvantage for this unit, making him a very, very strong unit, actually. There's only a few characters in the game that don't get type disadvantage, and this is actually a very, very strong sailor ability. Unfortunately, you do not get the sailor ability if he is a captain. So if you are running double Katakuri, you will still have reduced damage forces quick. But if you are somehow running this character as a sub, you will not have reduced damage toward anyone, which is actually kind of cool. His limit break abilities, he is going to get dex damage reduction, which is going to max out at 7%. He's going to get anti-heal, which also maxes out at 7 turns. And finally, he's going to get crit, which is going to be a 90% chance to deal 10% extra damage, which is extremely strong, very, very good crit mechanic on this character. That means if you crit on this character, you're critting all freaking day. So that is awesome. I really like that. Very, very good unit. And we're going to be doing a lot of different. We're doing a couple different teams here for Katakuri and trying out a lot of new content with him. So hopefully we can get some stuff done. All right, guys. Well, I will see you in the showcase. Let's go start maxing that Katakuri. His boys, 2,090 attack, 4,640 HP, 310 recovery, 10 turn cooldown, sailors out the butthole. Oh my god. Penta Max Katakuri! Oh! Oh, that's so juicy. God damn, he looks sexy. Alright guys, so with the new category for team building, what you want to do here is click all the classes that you want. Shooter, Cerebral, Powerhouse, Fighter, and I believe Striker. And then what you do is turn this from on to off, and it'll only show those classes, and it won't show anything that's not one of those classes. So it's like a Shooter and Free Spirit won't be shown, a Striker and Free Spirit won't be shown. You'll actually only be able to see the characters that you want to see, and the ones that are going to be boosted for Katakuri. Okay guys, we're going to try this out with a max limit broken Katakuri. My friend captain isn't max limit broken, but I don't have any friend captains that are max limit broken and can't need. But we're going to try this out with my max limit broken Katakuri, who is freaking so sick. I got a fully limit broken team. I'm going to try this out. Hopefully it's a good team here. Okay, so let's go over Legend Katakuri team right here. We have Koala-san for Bind and Despair removal. We have... I brought Sabo because I can't use Delay Conditional on Room 19 because I needed something to use, so I tried to use that. They have Dice for Type Boost, and they have Nami for Orb Boost as well as Color Affinity. Unfortunately, I can't get the Chain Locker on this team unless I really try to like move things around. There was options that I could use for Chain Boosting / Chain Locking instead, but I did want to be able to kill the final room here, so I wasn't able to show my entire damage for this team. I think if you were able to use somebody else, like it would help you out as far as chain boosting and chain locking goes. But otherwise, the team is actually pretty strong. The delay mechanic is really, really fun. And what's really interesting is that if you do use Katakuri, one of the things to note is that if you're hitting under 1,000,000 damage with Katakuri, the 50% chance stacks. So like if you have if you're doing 500,000 damage to a unit, then you have a 50% chance from one Katakuri and a 50% chance from the next Katakuri in order to get the delay off. So it does help out there, as well as if you're over 100,000 damage. So you actually do get some clutch random random delays that really do help you out. So they don't happen super often, but when they do happen, you're like, oh shit, it saved me, you saved me. Comes out of nowhere. And here we have Katakuri special animation. It looks really sick. I like it a lot. Definitely a really cool special animation. However, his attack animation, not the best. The delay animation, not the best. It feels kind of lazy to me, but overall, it's a really cool unit. And you can see here with just the Katakuri special, we're not getting any extra damage from the Katakuri special, but we did get a full matching orbs, which is nice. And with no extra boost here, we're doing approximately 2 million damage, like just under 2 million damage, 1.8 million or so, and that's with no boost whatsoever. So with the delayed boost, you do obviously a lot more, but you don't get delayed boost until after the turn is over, so you don't get any extra damage on your first turn if using Katakuri. So if you hit over 1 million damage and then use Katakuri, you will get a delayed boost, but that's a little bit trickier to do. So with Katakuri, what I've found is that you're trying to use your auto attacks on the first turn in order to get over 1 million damage, and then getting a delay off, and then doing damage. So it is kind of tricky. It's definitely a weird captain ability, and it's not 100% like perfect. You can see here, what I was trying to do is I was trying to get a delay through barriers in order to do enough damage to kill the Doflamingo. And what's really nice here is that if I did hit all my perfects, I would have had it. But I didn't. I missed my perfects on the Doflamingo fight. So then going into the room with the burst, what we're able to do is just do a large amount of damage by getting a conditional boost, type boost, and an orb boost, as well as color affinity, and we're able to kill the entire room. Does a decent chunk of damage, and then on the final boss, we kind of abuse the delay mechanic in order to get everything done. The next set of content we're running here is a run at Shanks for us, who's using Katakuri as a sub. And this doesn't really show off too much of what he can do. I was trying to figure out a lot of good teams to run with him. And the problem is like trying to find characters to run that synergize with him in order to get the delay conditional. And it's actually really hard. It's really hard to find delayers that work with him. Like, there's not a lot of delayers that work with him. You can use them on a judge team, but like the color that you would use is Aokiji for delay, and like it's kind of like gets rid of that. So like it's finding a team that works for Katakuri is actually kind of annoying, and it does work out in the end, but it's still kind of a weird character to build for. If you don't know, what I did here is on Shanks Force, you've never seen a run through a Shanks Force, you want to get a poison because there's a very high damage poison later on room, I believe 19. And that high damage poison can kill you if you actually tail it. But there's a low damage poison on Don Krieg, which only does about 900 a turn. So that's what I was doing, getting the low damage poison so I don't have to worry about taking damage. Going in for the rest of this, basically all we do is just auto attack through, and I really don't have to use too many specials in order to get through the forest. It's actually a pretty easy forest, and I'll see you guys in the burst turns. Okay, now we're in the more important rooms with Zoro as well as Law and Beppo, and this is kind of like an annoying stage to fight no matter what you do, what team you're running. But what I did here is I used one of my G4 specials in order to get everything up, and then we're just going to go all in on the entire stage with a Nami special, and it's actually way more than enough damage to clear the entire room without any problems. You can see with the Nami Orb Boost, we're just like monstering through this, and I just wanted to see how much damage the Katakuri would do. And we have way too much damage. Going into the room with Croc here, what's really funny is I actually just decided to do an auto attack here and use Katakuri. This is where we're using the Katakuri special. We're using Katakuri with Garp. Kind of a weird thing. And then what's really interesting is that since he doesn't manipulate meat orbs, and we have no way to make meat orbs matching, it actually doesn't give us full matching orbs, which is really weird. So there are some holes in using him as a sub, and you can see like I'm kind of like messing up, but I wasn't really sure who to attack and like what order. So it does work out in the end, but it is kind of a weird captain. The nice thing is that since the Garp will actually pair pretty well with him, because the Garp has a 2-turn delay and Katakuri has a 2-turn conditional boost, so it makes it really nice to use him in this kind of situation. There aren't too many times we're going to be using Katakuri and Garp together as a sub in this specific way, but this is just a nice way of showing that you could use a conditional booster with a delayer and a timer bonus, as well as getting nearly 4-board or manipulate on like a G4 team, depending on what you want to do, just to give you another idea of how to run this. And then for the final 2 rooms here, we're going to be running against the main squad and all the other. I don't really know how to do these specials here, and I was trying to get the Katakuri up, and I was like, well, maybe it'll be up in time for the final boss. I'll be able to use it on him, but I really wasn't able to use it. So the rest is just me clearing the forest. So I will have one more clear after this with Katakuri, so hope you guys enjoy. The next thing we'll be running here is just running Aokiji Forest, and this was kind of just to show off exactly how strong this character is in just normal weird mechanics. And you can run this team with a lot of different subs. You don't even need the subs I used here. And we have some cool combinations that I'm able to use with Katakuri. One of my favorite things is that this is actually the team I used to beat the Capone Forest, and I'm using the Capone ship in order to show off exactly what you could do with this team and this ship. And this is basically just showing off Katakuri with the new ship and some of the cool things here. But if you guys want to see my video on the Capone Forest clear, that'll be out. It'll be in the card description above if you want to check that out. Wow, that's OP as shit, actually. What does he do? Nothing now. Oh, I forgot about that shit. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna do something to me. Oh well. Oh wait, no he doesn't, because he's delayed. Wow, this is dumb. Yeah, this will definitely be in the showcase right here. Like, this is the hard stage, right? So we just gotta, like... Ooh, bomb orbs. The trick. Or not. Holy shit, that's broken. You see that? I just fucking monstered that room like it was a joke. So that's basically going to do it for the showcase for the Katakuri. My overall thoughts and opinions on this unit is that he's actually a very cool unit, very niche unit, very fun to use. I don't know if he's going to be a top tier unit. I don't think he's a god unit. I definitely think he's a very, very good unit, and he's going to be a great unit for many months to come. But I don't think his damage is really where he's where a lot of people want him to be at. But damage is not everything in the game. There's a lot of other factors too, like survivability and delay or manipulation, all that cool stuff. Alright guys, well my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button down below, as well as the subscribe button down below, so we get lots of support in the channel, and of course keep the channel growing. If you guys do want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you hit the bell notification right next to it to get notifications every time I drop a video. If you want to check out the last couple videos, they're right over there, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.